Now, taxpayers are being warned about bogus tax practitioners who are leaving clients high and dry. In some cases, some taxpayers will be left with a hefty SARS bill as some practitioners go around making promises of guaranteed payouts when they file their tax returns. Let's get more details now and speak to SA Institute of Taxation CEO, Professor Keith Engel. Thank you so much, Prof, for your time this afternoon. Firstly, how does one spot a bogus tax practitioner?
Yes, so in order to be a tax practitioner, you need to be licensed. In order to be licensed, you've got to be with a professional body such as CITE or SICA or SIPA. And two, you've got to be registered with SARS. So if they claim they're a CITE member, you can go onto our website and check to verify a practitioner and verify that they exist. And I'm sure that each of the other professional bodies have the same. And oftentimes there's a certificate that comes with it, and that is another way to verify as well. So there should be a certificate or some indication on the website. And I think also the SARS website also shows whether somebody's been registered or not. So there is a way to do it.
And let's talk about, obviously people now looking at filing their tax returns and all of that, and a number of them looking for these tax practitioners in order to be able to assist them. But when you approach a tax practitioner to help you with your, filing your tax returns, what are some of the red flags that you need to be looking out for?
Well, a lot of people want a refund. So in this, we're talking about individuals generally. So when people are pushing for a refund, they want a refund. And if the practitioner or the person tells you, well, I can automatically get you a refund, and then they go and they file something, no one can automatically get you a refund unless you're legally entitled to it. And what happens in some of these cases, what these preparers do is they will just make a bunch of false claims to SARS without any backup. They'll claim a car allowance, a PBO donation, they'll claim a home office, but they won't have any documents. And so then they'll submit something. Now, if your practitioner doesn't ask you for verifying documents and says, look, I don't need any documents, I know how to get the refund, I know how to deal with SARS, you don't have to give me anything, I'm automatically going to get it, that would be a red flag.
And what then becomes the risk that would then, be assumed by you as a taxpayer should this happen, and you then possibly get this refund, or in some cases you end up owing SARS?
Well, the biggest danger for you is that a claim is filed, you get a refund. Let's say the person promises you, the preparer says, look, I'm going to get you an 8,000 Rand refund. I'll keep 2,000 for myself and 6,000 will go in your pocket. So they file quickly, they make a claim, they take the 2, you get the 6, you're happy for a month or two. Then SARS will come back and go, wait a minute, I'm not so sure we should have given this refund. Then SARS will come back and say, look, I don't want just the 6, I want the 8. And you've also, maybe there's a penalty and there's an interest in there. So you might have to pay more than 8, and now you're saying, look, I only got 6, and the other guys kept the 2, and now you have interest in penalties. And then people find themselves short. Then they tell SARS, oh, I went to somebody for help. And they say, well, who did you go to? And they go, wait a minute, this is not a practitioner. So you're not looking very sympathetic. Now, the point to be made is if there's these ghost practitioners who claim to be practitioners and they're not, and they assist in preparing your returns for money, that's illegal for them to do. And it might also be illegal for you to help them. So something to think about. But again, the point is you might be stuck paying for a refund that you really shouldn't have had, and you won't have the money.
And in some cases, they run off with the money.
Well, of course they do, because what happens is, here you are, my case example, they go and they say, I'm keeping a portion because I'm the preparer, I prepared it for you. You get the rest of your refund, but it turns out you don't deserve the refund, and by the time the SARS comes calling, they're long gone.
And so does it then get to a point where in some cases they get all the money and never give the money to the clients and instead make a run for it?
Well, there are some people who do that. They're the real scamsters who then just take all of the money. There are different scams going around. So usually they give a percentage because maybe they want to be used again or something like that. But there's nothing stopping them if they've triggered the money properly, that they might take it all. But it's pretty hard because generally the money goes straight to the taxpayer's account. So that scam would be that the money will go into the preparer's account before it goes to the taxpayer's account. And that could happen.
So what happens then if somebody goes onto the website, the SARS's website, or is able then to see that, oh my goodness, I'm not dealing with somebody who I can verify here, this is a bogus practitioner. Is there any way you can report them?
Yeah, you can always report to SARS whistleblower unit. You could probably report it to one of the professional bodies or let someone else know. But there is a whistleblowing section of the SARS Act where they do tell you to go forward. And that you probably should do that and shut them down.
Prof, so all that glitters is not gold. So I suppose then that, people need to be careful out there. And I hope you were able then to get more information from this discussion then to be able to stay safe and make sure that you make the right decisions. That was the South African Institute of Taxation CEO, Professor Keith Engel.